Hello guys, welcome back to Code and Box Automation Lab. This is Shareful. In this lecture we're going to see how to automate three different scenarios in an app. One is how to select a drop-down option. You can see this is our app. So from here you are going to select one of the drop-down option, and then also you're going to see how you can type in a text field, and also how to do automate or select the radio button option. So all these scenarios we're going to learn through this whole lecture. But before we start, first you have to install this app. So this is the newer app we're going to use moving forward all of our next few number of lectures. So the app name is called General Store. I hope that you can remember. If you see at the beginning of our lecture, I showed you the link, the place where you can download all the apps that we need through our entire course. So up until now we use another demo APK or app. Now moving forward from here, I'm going to use this General Store app. I will give you the link below in description again, from where you can download the link, as well as if you don't know exactly how to download it, please go back to our previous lecture from the beginning of this module and see that how we download that app. So I'm hoping that you have that app. Now next is that after you have the app, you can install it. So first of all, you can install the as user, like the way we did our last app. You can put all of your desired capabilities in your base class, in your base class at the and then where we put all the configuration information and including your app name, everything. Then you can run that method and it will install it. Or there is another easier way. You can install your app through your command line. Through your command line, it means it's your command prompt CMD, or in a Mac, you can install through your terminal. Okay, so I have separate tutorial for this. Please see the link below in the description and follow that instruction. Easily you can install your app through your command line, without even running any script. Okay, through your Eclipse. Okay, so I'm hoping that you have that app installed already. And now let's see that how we can do that, confirm this these three scenarios: drop down option, writing a text in the text field, as well as select a radio button option. Okay, so this is our three different scenarios that we're going to perform in this tutorial. So let's go. So beside that, we need our Appium inspector so that we can inspect all the required element. So here is our Appium inspector. So make sure to run your Appium inspector, you need your Appium server. So run manually your Appium server. So here is my Appium server, and before you run it, the script, make sure you change the desired capabilities. Like we use to run this Appium server, Appium inspector, I already saved our previous script over there. I have to let me click on the, I hope that you also saved it. So over here, this is a script, and here I have to only change the app name, because previously the app was the app. Okay, so here, so this is the name is General Store. Okay, to make sure you change the everything should be fine. I hope that you have the app in the same place. So make sure that your app is in the same place, and just change the name of your app. Like instead of our API demos, like at the last, this is our last app, our APK file we used. Now we're going to use the newer app. So just change over here, give a name as per your app. So app name is the General. Make sure the name is exactly as it is. store, right? General store APK, right? That's fine, should be fine. Then you can if you want, you can save it. Let's give a name, general store. I'm saving this script so that next time I can run this one separately. So start session. So our Appium inspector should have the clone of our app over here too. Okay, our app has been over here. So in our Appium inspector, so we got our app, and on the right side you can see on our email address this is the app. Guys, so one thing also, just to let you know, if you encounter any error when you try to open your app through the Appium inspector the first time, it may give you any error like the link is not valid, or the app is that app is not exist in that link in your the root directory path. You have to make sure that you also, before you run or launch your app through the Appium inspector, copy the app wherever you have in your machine and paste it underneath in your project. So in our project, if you remember, this is our project, right? This is our project, and in our project we have this is a Appium demo project, and there is a resources folder we created where we placed our app over here. This is our last app, API demos, right? So exactly underneath the same folder, you just paste over here your app, the app we're going to use, which is the general store, and the name, when you write the name general, there is a dash over here between the store. So type the name exactly as it is, so your app would be will have over here, right? And then run your Appium inspector. You will see this, it will be displayed over there. And also as it is, like, you can run also from our base class. Where is our base class? So if you go inside our this over here, open our base class, let's update our base class as per our new app, right? So all you have to just change the name where we have previously we have the app over here. So this is the desired capabilities or option where we pass our app name over here. So let's copy the same line and just paste it there, and over here where this is the root directory path, exactly that should be the same, since we placed the app underneath the same place, same directory. Over here you will just change the name over here exactly as it is the new app. So let's make it an app, say general, right, dash, and then store, right, store.apk file. So that's it. And other than rest of the things, it should be the same, like your environment, Android home environment, it's already created, and then your Java home environment variable, and then over here your IP address for a local machine, the port you are using, exactly all are same, right? And over here set device name, you can change your make sure that your device name also same. So over here we're not using demo anymore. Let me just update the device name. So device name we're using, if you see, I'm using Shoreful device. Okay, Shoreful device, Shoreful device. Okay, make sure your device name, it's not, I'm not getting any error because just only one device I'm running, but it's made make sure that it's better to have the right, exactly the right device name, right? Shoreful device, right? And what else? Anything else? Exactly, rest of them should be the same, all of the same. So you're just make sure you update your base class, okay, for your Appium configuration, right? So our base class is good. Now let's create a class for that, so that we can. So let me create a class over here. We'll give a name it is drop down, so it's a multiple scenario, but I will give a name. It's one generic name. So e-commerce or general store, okay, general store. Let me give, okay, general store test. So this is our class where we're going to use the number of scenarios. Okay, let's minimize this. Let's go and inspect first the element we need, okay, to do the inspection. So let me just refresh the screen so that we're in the same page, both are in the same page. So first of all, we need to find the locator for this drop down, right? So for the drop down, how you can do over here, just click there, so it will give you there is an ID over here. I can see, let me make it bigger so that we can see the big picture. Okay, over here I'm saying that let me just select this guy, okay, where I can use, so I can see there is an ID and anything else. Okay, so over here I think, we have to click there, right? So if I click there, then it will open all the drop downs. So let's click there, more specific area where we need to click to open the drop down all the options. So this is the related code, so I can see here is the ID. Okay, I can use the ID. Okay, let's use the ID, this ID, and so let's get back to our Eclipse. Okay, so in our Eclipse we'll say, let's try there, driver.findElement. Let's make this class extend with our base class, so that we have the driver knowledge over here, extend, and our base class is base, right? Because all of our driver knowledge is in a base class, so that we can use as a parent-child relationship. So let's see, driver dot why it's driver. Let me save it again. Okay, now driver dot why is not coming. Okay, so this is a class, so I forgot to create the test method. Okay, so public, so like create a public void, I would say fill form. Okay, so we're filling the form or drop down. Let's create a public void drop down test. Okay, public void drop down. Let's give a name test. Okay, public void drop down test. So this is the method where we're going to write the code for drop down @test. Hover your mouse, import the annotation related, and then here let's say driver.now find element. So we see that there's an ID there, by.id, right? By.id, and then what's the value of the ID? So we found that, go to the Appium inspector, so this is the value of the ID, right? And then come over here, so this is the value of the ID. Okay, so what are you going to do? We're going to click and perform the click action, so that the drop down of all the option open and display, right? So after we click there, and then next what do you want to do? So we're going to then, after we click there, we're going to select one of the options. So let's see what options we have. So let's go back to our emulator. So where's the emulator? Go back to our emulator. So from here, let's click, and then let's go, select one of them at the little bit down, so that we can also use the scrolling gesture event. So let's go down. Let's see, where is Canada? Come on, it's too fast. Select the Canada one. I'm going a little slowly so that it doesn't pass. Here we go, Canada. Okay, select the Canada. Oh, Canada. Okay, so let me keep it open. I need to keep it open. Okay, don't select it, keep it open, so that let's keep it open. Okay, so Canada is over here. Let's open our Appium inspector, refresh it. So we're going to select Canada. Okay, so Canada is a little bit up. If you go a little bit up, okay, come on. So it is one of the a little bit down, so that we can perform my objective, so that we can perform also the scrolling event. Okay, so let's refresh once again. You'll find over here. Here we go. So Canada is here. Select there. So to locate the Canada, so to select this one, we have to look at the Canada. So over here you will see we can there is nothing, there's no over here only you can see there is a text. Text is a much better option. So text is the attribute that we can use, and the value exactly is Canada, as well as there is a class. You can see there is a class, or you can say this is it's a tag name. Okay, that's what we can use. So let's use the the text over here. So select the text exactly as it is. Go back to our Eclipse. If you remember, in our Eclipse we have in our base class, you can see over here we have a utility class method for different reusable action, like a long press. In our previous lecture we have seen how to do the swipe actions also. Alright, so there is a one over here, long press, okay, swipe. So we can use this swipe method. So we can call this swipe method in our test cases, and we can pass over here exactly the same, okay, using the same method, same JavaScript executor we're going to use. And mobile, it's a swipe gesture, right, where you know what it is, long press, swipe. No, it's not the swipe. So if you noticed in the previous one of the lecture we had where we covered scroll, right? So let's go to the same, over here in our scroll demo test, we use a method, right? Over here we use the Android UI automator scrollable, right? And then create an object of the UI scrollable, right, object, and inside that we pass the parameter UI selector, and then over there we call a method is called scroll into view. It means it will scroll up until a view, up until a element, bypassing a the text, okay, that for that element is attached to it. So we can use same, we can use same code for this event, because this is a scroll. We're going to scroll over here, right? And also we can, later on we can make this method in our base class, so that we can call anywhere as a reusable class, right? So let's go there. Let's just copy and paste this code over here. Only you are going to change this to Canada, because our text is Canada, and the same method, same code script will work. So it will scroll up until Canada, right? And then after that, what's that? The next would be, after we selected, we have to click, right? After you choose it, like which one we're going to select, right? So we have to click up there. So let's go there, our inspector. So you have to now click up there, right? So clicked it. So this is the, well, it will scroll down. So this line will scroll down. This will perform the scroll gesture up until over here. Now you have to select it. So selected, you have to click up there, right? So to click up there, we can use, again, we can use the text attribute, and we can use even XPath. So what's the, this is the, for XPath, this is the HTML code, related code over here. So you can see android.wixjet.textView over here. This is the tag name, and then we can use text attribute, and the value is this, right? So let's copy this one, copy this. So we'll say driver dot find element by dot XPath. So we'll make our own XPath following all those, the attribute we have given, right? So double slash, so this is the value, which is the tag name, and then what's the next, the syntax of the XPath, as we all know. So we'll use attribute, and this is the text is the attribute name we have seen, and then single quotations, the value is would be Canada, right? Canada, and up there, after that we'll put a click perform, right? So it will be selected, okay? And after, so this is the code, this is the code, first code. It is, we're doing what we're doing scroll and select Canada option from Dropdown, right? Right, so that's the first test scenarios. And then second one would be, what's the second scenario? Second scenario is it's typing something, right? So let's type your name. I think so this is the second one. It's typing over here. So after you selected, so let's select Canada, and then over here type your name, okay? So this should be simple. Let's go our Appium inspector, just refresh it. So Canada is selected now, and then we're going to inspect the locator for this text field, and after that we'll type something up there, okay? So here, so this is the, let's select it. Okay, I see there is a ID. Okay, I see there is a ID. We can use ID. There is a ID directly, right? So let's copy this, copy, and back to our Eclipse. So this is type name, in a text field. Okay, so we'll say driver dot find element by, we see ID, right? And then the value of the ID, this is the value of the ID, right? and then to type something in a text field, we all know that you have to pass send keys method, right? You have to pass send keys method. Send keys, select the send keys and whatever you want to type. So let's type Shortful. Okay, so that's my first name, so that should be fine. But here I see an error. Why that's error? Okay, or by ID. Why this is okay? Send keys. Oh, sorry, I missed this one. Okay, so it will type on there. So let me go back to there. So I'm going to type something here, and let's see what will happen, what shows in over there. So if I type there Shortful, right? Okay, so after I type there, then oh, sorry. Shortful, right? Now, now I have to select one of the option like male and female. There is a gender, you have an option male and female. You know what, change the name. Let's change the name. I'll change the name Jennifer, so that it is a female name and I can use the female option. Okay, Jennifer. So I will update that. So over here, if you see the female option, from the radio button, it's covered by the keyboard. Okay, it's covered by the keyboard. So if it's covered by the keyboard, and if you try to look in one of the element, it will treat as a hidden element, so it will throw an exception like the element not found. But how we can unhide, or how I can hide the keyboard? So if you just click in there, if you click there, the keyboard got disappear. Okay, and then you have to use the locator to find any other element. Now you can see. So how we can do this? To do this, it's very simple. There is a method in Appium. It's called hide keyboard method. So let's type it there. Driver.hide. You can see, if you see, just write hide keyboard. So this will hide the keyboard. Okay, this will hide keyboard. Okay, this will hide your keyboard, and after that you can use select one of the element from your locator. So let's over here change the name Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer. Okay, so let me select that. Let me see that if I want to select the female, so this is the female. So what I can use up here, there is an ID I can see, should be fine, right? Select the ID, copy this, easy. Driver dot find element by dot ID. So let's put the value of the ID and then click, right? Okay, so this will click the female one, right? I mean radio button from there, it will select that. Okay, and after that's the last things we can do. So let's click on, then let's shop. Okay, click on up there. Otherwise it will be nice to see that after you click on it, it takes to the another page. Okay, to do this, just select this shop, select an element. Okay, oh, it will let me refresh it. Okay, now over here I can select, so because until you type your name up here, you will not able to select this let's shop. So select that let's shop. Now you are selecting the let's shop over here, and also it has an ID, right? It has an ID too, right? Let's shop. Or you can use the text also. I mean, there's a lot of things you can use. The class is the tag name. Okay, so I have an ID, so let's use the tag name. So I will use let's use this one. So let's use the xbot driver dot find element by dot xbot, and then what's the tag name of the xbot? So tag name of the xbot, this is the tag name. Where is it? This is the class name. This is the tag name. So let's go there, and then at the red text equals to, what's the value of the text? Go there. So text is let's shop, right? Let's shop. So this is the text dot click. If you see there's a problem, use the ID. So I'm just wanna mix up different locators. That's why I can easily use ID, because ID is the first preference. As I said, always ID, most of the time ID is a unique. Okay, so over here we typed, right? We typed over here, and then we hide the keyboard. So let's make this one another. So this was the whatever we did, we select the radio button, select radio option. Okay, so this is the all three scenarios. Save it. So before you run it, since we have our base class where we have automate, everything, and also we're running our Appium server automatically, right? So Appium server automatically. So in this case, make sure if you have still Appium server running in manually, so close this one. Otherwise, if you come across an error, and then if you want, let's also quit this session, and then minimize that. Okay, and then let's run it. So this is our code. Save it. If you run S, testing G is not, oh sorry, from here, this is our general. So run it, testing G, this one. Okay, I can see the Appium. So looks like I got encounter a failure. What's the failure? Let me go through here. Okay, before class configuration is it's giving me failure. Class not found exception. What class not found exception? Oh, it skipped configuration after class 1. Okay. So if you come across this kind of error, like you can see, it's if I go there, it is giving me error over here in my base class where I have the Android driver object over here, which is I passed my local machines API, and the port number somehow is not able to pick up. What I would say, in one workaround, this is the recent error or issues happening on the Appium 2.0 that we're using. So let's go to the pom.xml file, and over here we're using Java client. Let's see, where is our, here we're using Appium demo dependency. We're using Java client 8.1.1. let's change this one to 3.0. let's see, 3.0. okay, so that could resolve your issue, the Java client, updating your Java client. So save it and make sure your build is complete over here at the bottom. So looks like build is okay, good. And then update your project. Let's see, so go to your project level, then Maven, then update project. Okay, so let me go back to our test case and then run again. Let's see. Let's see, let it go. Okay, I can see the Appium server. Looks good. Here we go. Okay, it's running. Here we go, you can see. Let's put it beside, side by side. So this is our emulator. Pretty good. You can see the apps got invoked. Pretty nice. So it's clicking. Okay, you can see the drop down option been clicked. It should scroll down. When you do the drop down, we should put a thread of sleeps also, because the drop down takes a little bit time to load it. But you can see nicely it's going down, scrolling down, so it will go all the way down up until Canada. It's going down. Still it's going down. We're close. Here is a Canada, should be there. I should select the Canada. Here we go. Jennifer, female, and click on the link, shop me. Awesome. Okay, so we can see what happened. There was a one test case failure. So what was the failure one? Let's see. So I don't think so. This issue drop down test menu. Oh, the drop down test menu over here will let me see the details exactly where it's failed. I guess maybe let me see if I go to the result. So drop down test, it's saying over here fill exceptions there. Okay, I think it's a path. Invalid selector exception. Okay, expected. I believe this is the one. I believe this is the, you know, the path was not able to find it, this guy. Okay, let me put this one another path, because up until selection the radio button selection was fine, so shouldn't be a problem. So guys, I found another idea. Probably you noticed that when you first time we tried to inspect that let's shop that button, okay, there was an ID, you know, but I tried to use XPaths, but the XPath didn't work. That it could be the one reason over here. The text attribute value of the text attribute is like let's shop, but there's a, like, you know, there's a empty string over here, space. Maybe that's why I was not able to use. So let's use the ID. So ID is exactly, you know, if you go back to the inspect, you will see that it is very simple. It's very obvious, the ID. This is the ID. So, you know, just update your locator instead of XPath, use the ID and put this one, and then, you know, save it. Let's run it. Run it in test.ng. Let's minimize it so that we can see side by side. Okay, our server got invoked. There we go, our app got also invoked. Okay, so started with the drop down option. Should go scroll down. Scroll down is started, and it's going through. It should find Canada. I mean, for your practice, you know, just select a little bit earlier any other option. Maybe it's you know, Bangladesh. It's more you know, updated the earlier options. So Canada is a little bit way down, so that's why it takes a little bit time. So here is a Canada. It will say it's already selected. Jennifer and female, and you can see let's shop was clicked there. And if I see the report, test run 1, no failure, no escapes, so all pass. Okay, so that's the way, you know, you can cover different scenarios. Scroll, drop down option, radio button, selection the radio button also. Okay, just one more thing, just before we close this tutorial, just to make sure that if you encounter the error we found, so it was the error similar like that, java.lang, the no class definition found error, right? The diff error found. So if you encounter this kind of error, so you know, it's hard to find the clue what is exactly the issue. It's like, you know, issue could be like it's some reason your base class was not loading, but it is loading. In my case I saw, but it didn't load. Even its server got kicked off, but it didn't start, you know, the rest of the, it didn't able to create the Android driver class on the object and so on. So in this case, you know, the solution or workaround, I found that, you know, update your Java client. So Java client dependency. So go to your pom.xml file, and over here you will see that's Java client. It was before 8.1.1 version, okay, up there, make it 8.3. so this is a compatible issue, okay, between your Java client and your your other Java version, right? The Java VM version. So please update this one to 8.3. so this will resolve your issue, should resolve your issue, and update your project. After you update this one, make sure you finish the project as it's update, and then also update your project one more time manually from over here. It should resolve the issue. Okay, so that's all for today. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye bye.